Nearly a dozen employees of a women's shelter walk out, leaving the shelter management scrambling to keep the women who stay there safe. We're going straight to the big story with today's 6 on Your Side.
The Valley Crisis Center in Napa is in dire financial straits. We've told you about the crisis before, but the strapped budget is putting the organization in jeopardy.
And now actually some employees have walked out. So what does that mean for the women who are at the shelter? In tonight's big story, Mike Sharp gets the answers. He joins us live in studio.
What would you do if your job saved lives, but you weren't seeing a paycheck in time to pay your bills? The women at the Valley Crisis Center were faced with that decision, and they chose to send a message and stop going into work.
We love working there. We didn't want to leave, but we didn't know what else to do.
The desks at the Valley Crisis Center are empty today, and the 8 women and 15 children living at the shelter are displaced in separate secret locations around the Treasure Valley, all because 10 employees at the shelter walked out on Thursday. But why?
We continuously get asked, why are you working without pay? People look at us like we're crazy or stupid. It's because we care about the ladies, we care about the kids.
Mireles says employees at the shelter were forced to take out payday loans and go into debt because they haven't been paid since June. And even before that, they haven't received their paychecks on time in 3 months. That's something the director of the shelter acknowledges.
I provide services to women and children. How can I not care about the fact that my staff is suffering? They were like family to me.
Matos says employees weren't paid on time because the organization is $50,000 short of the funding they need. And that deficit is why the women who left en masse tell me their departure wasn't intended to hurt the organization or the women who stayed there. It was to help it, to show how strapped for cash the shelter is and how important it is to find any way to stay open.
If our doors aren't open, a woman might die. And I never want that to happen on my watch.
It's life and death. How much more important can it get from that?
Matos says she hopes to get the women placed back in the shelter by Monday, and she'll be working to get more donations and grants to stay afloat in the future. At this point, she says it's doubtful the women will return as employees. Live in studio, I'm Mike Sharp, today's 6 on Your Side.